who are today the backbone of these companies. I will always encourage each and all of us at least to continue and making sure that to continue providing our excellent customer services, to maintain compliance and upholding trustworthy, and of course to strengthen our teamwork at all levels. Finally, I would like to thank the entire management group, that is the Yonna Islamic Microfinance, the Yonna Insurance, the Agri Behalf, the Enterprise, the Wallet Company, the Forex, and to the rest of all other stakeholders. I think on that note, I thank you all, and I'm grateful that we are here to witness this, and I'm praying that we continue witnessing in such an event, and we're making sure that this company, we grow together, and we're making sure that we stay focused and making our goals as expected we will achieve it. On that note, I thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Thank you very much, Boubacar Diallo. Our customers are the sole reason why we are employed, and we value our clients. And of course, we thank you for doing business with us. Before we proceed, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Lamin Konta, the CEO of Konta Studio, for covering this very important event for free. Please give them a round of applause. In our midst, we also have Malik M. Jallo from GCCI. Please give him a round of applause. And finally, we also have Almame, Yonna Transport. He's the one that transported our staff from the provinces to this program. All right, thank you very much. And now I will hand the podium to Moulamin.
Thank you very much. And then thank you to Konta Studios for being here without asking for anything. And then thank you to our invited guests. We will be acknowledging their presence as the program unfolds. But just to acknowledge the presence of another important personnel, has been reminded by the board member of the Sharia department that we would love to invite in the front seat Madam Matida Jaju, who is operating a Hajj business and then also responsible for taking people to observe their fifth pillar of Islam, that is a pilgrimage to Mecca. And she is a strong partner to Yonna Islamic Microfinance and by extension to the Yonna Group. Madam Matida Jaju, can you please come forward and take the front seat? Please, ladies and gentlemen, give her a round of applause. Thank you very much. I lowered my voice to introduce her with the hope that perhaps I could be one of those that will carry her back to Mecca. Anyways, yeah, Mr. Khan, we are lobbying. And would also love to, in a very beautiful style, I want all of us, especially the trek team that was in Basse. I want everybody, every staff, to be on toes and give a round of applause to Mr. Musa Kebe. Please, everybody be on toes and give him a round of applause. Mr. Musa, Mr. Kebe. Yeah, show them. Mr. Musa Kebe, you see how old he is? And most of you know that last month or last 2 months we were engaged with a very heavy engagement activity that is going through communities and sensitizing them about the Yonna Group's activities and their products and services. Musa Kebe, with his age, would be with us from morning to sunset, going with us to every village in Basse that we went to and negotiating and making sure that we have proper audience, and then he never asked for anything. In the morning, he would be the first person to call. So, Mr. Musa Kebe, thank you very much, and he's a good friend to our CEO. Thank you for everything that you did for Yonna, and inshallah, we know we have a lot of others that did the same, and we would acknowledge as the program unfolds. Thank you, Mr. Musa. But I am promised Sarahule Manyola. Malom boku labanda nyadi lede. Kadun sayang ka Sarahule kamfule. Misakanya. Sayang ankira jam majam kontra sunte sokobam mogo. So thank you very much. And this is a good position for the trek team of Basse to, shout out to themselves, and the trek team of other regions as well, Sheikh Ahmed and the team. Thank you very much for the good work. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, we would invite Dr. Swane, a member of the Sharia board of the Yonna Islamic Microfinance, to deliver his keynote address. Dr. Swane. Excuse me, please. Mr. Barrow just reminded me that people like Lamin Sisao, Melmanta Dara, they will have a problem. How huwa Dr. Swane, huwa sayati huna, huwa yatakallam باللغة العربية. إن كان ما سمعت هذا اللغة, you can see me after. I can translate. So he's going to do it in style. He would speak in Arabic. Niya lonko ye lonchi fele ye lonchi domole manta dara ye koita kareman song is your problem. So sisao bambo bayo fode sisao central alla problem of album. So Dr. Swane is going to speak in Arabic, then translate in the local languages. So falyatafaddal mashkuran inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good afternoon to you all. Ladies and gentlemen, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashraf al-mursaleen. سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم لا علم إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وقل رب زدني علما. آمين يا رب العالمين. أيها الحفل الكريم، السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. زملائي وأصدقائي الذين لقوا دراستهم بجامعات إسلامية بعد تخرجهم من تلك الجامعات كانوا يتفكرون كيف سيتوظفون، فجاءت شركة يونا فتحت لهم أبواب التي ما كانوا يتوقعون بأنهم سيحصلون عليها. فهذه نعمة من أكبر النعم التي أنعم الله سبحانه وتعالى علينا. إذن لو نتذكر قبل 10 سنين كل من تخرج من جامعة إسلامية سيقول في نفسه، سيحدثه نفسه، إما أن يكون إماما راتبا وإما أن يكون مدرسا في مدارس الإسلامية، ولكن نقول لكم تلك الأفكار اليوم تم إزالتها من شركة يونا. فيونا حقيقة فتحت فرص أمام الذين درسوا العربية، تخصصوا في مجال الشرعي وتخصصوا في مجال الدراسات الإسلامية. إذن الفرصة أمامكم، اجتهدوا واعملوا بالجد تجدون فرص أمامكم واسعة. Ladies and gentlemen, what I am saying in Arabic, I will try to summarize it in English and local language. What I am saying is, we should thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and then we should thank Yonna. Why we should thank Yonna? 10 years ago, if you're Arabic students, you did Sharia, you did Islamic studies. If you come back to your country, you will think about what kind of job I am going to do. Either you will say, I can be Imam, or I can be Arabic, Islamic studies teacher. These are the two opportunities you have in this country. When Yonna came, they said, no, let us open opportunity for our brothers and our sisters who are coming from Arabic Islamic universities. They are only one who has brought these opportunities for our brothers and our sisters who are graduating from Islamic universities. And I can testify that I think we have the sheikhs here and the ustaz imams who are sitting here before me, and they are graduates from Islamic university, and they did their course in Arabic language, not in Islamic. I can testify that because of some of them, they are even my students. I lecture them from university level, A level, up to last level. So I can testify that. And secondly, Yonna, the Islamic microfinance, I can testify that it's 90% or 100% Islamic. I can testify that. I can testify to Yonna, their Islamic insurance, it's 90% or 100% Islamic. I can testify. So I think we should join our hands together to support Yonna Islamic Group. They are here to Islamize this country. As we know, to deal with riba, it's prohibited, it's haram. But to be honest, Yonna, the Islamic microfinance is dealing according to Islamic rules and regulations. And Islamic insurance too, they are working according to Islamic rules and regulations. Then I think we should thank Yonna and support them, and to talk to our colleagues for them to have their saving account or another account in Yonna Islamic Microfinance. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. You are my teacher. Thank you, sir.
Shukran. Shukran, Doctor. Doctor made key revelations. And these are revelations that are not just supposed to be heard in the four corners of this hall. These are key takeaways When you walk into McDonald's or any restaurant of your choice, you don't want to sit there, dine, and eat, you take away. Not so, Mr. Saab, you take away. So if you come in here, you are well served, and you'll also be given a takeaway to take home. And that is what Doctor just did. Just the key highlights. Some 10 years ago, he referenced, if you are an Arabic student, your only choice is after studies is to become an imam. Your relevance is on Fridays, you deliver the khutbah. Your relevance is, of course, when somebody wants to get married, you are invited to deliver the khutbatul hajj. Your relevance is when there is a newborn baby, you are invited. Your relevance is when there is death or funeral, you are invited. But away from that, we don't remember our imams, we don't remember them in our daily activities. But that is a limitation of what they can do. And that those limitations are what Doctor is saying in simple terms, that Yonna has broken those barriers. Today you are not only delivering the khutbah, today you are not only leading in the janazah, today you are in the discussion of financial inclusion in this country and beyond. Today you can decide on our economic activities, analyze them, and also project and advise on how some of these things can affect our well-being as a people. Those limitations, those barriers are no more with Yonna. So if you're an Arabic student, whether you are in this hall or you are watching us tomorrow or next tomorrow, do not be hopeless. For whenever and however Yonna, for whenever Yonna is in this country, we shall always have those doors open for you. Today we are dealing with microfinance and insurance. Who knows, we can get into the health sector so that some of you who are in the Arabic schools can become doctors and nurses in those hospitals and taking care of your affairs as the way you want them to be. So it's an opportunity, it's a nation building, and we are on those steps. Let's support each other and ensure that we achieve what we want to achieve. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have a representative from the police department, and you know anything that I say before he takes his seat can be tantamount to crime. I have to salute, permission, and you shall grant me, or else I shall remain forever silent. Thank you, sir. And let's use that opportunity to welcome him. Thank you for being here. Now we know we are safe. See, sir, I can do anything. The police is here. That's right. So we are not allowed to break the law. We shall now hear from Dr. Fati, after which we shall observe prayers for Zuhur and then come back for further deliberations. Dr. Fati.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله وحده، الصلاة والسلام على أشرف المرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا. My brothers and sisters, starting from the CEO of Yonna Group, Mr. Srifo Toure, the board members here present, starting from the board chair, which is Mr. Kani, and managing directors from different departments and institutions in Yonna groups. Mr. Mambure from the Yonna Islamic Microfinance, Mr. Bite from Yonna Islamic Insurance, and of course, our able General Manager, Mr. Mohamed Barrow. And of course, Mr. Kejau and others. Of course, I will not forget also the very key people to these institutions who are the staff of Yonna Group. So I thank you for inviting us to be in your midst. Yonna, as a group, providing a lot of service for this country. You can know that Gambia is about 2.4 million. And the Yonna branch is everywhere in the country. You, as a staff of Yonna, you are the one providing the financial service to all those who are living in the country, and even those who are not living in the country. So your role in this society, in this country, is very important. I trust that you will continue to provide this good service to your brothers and sisters in everywhere in this country. Before, people struggle in order to reach to the financial services. But nowadays, Yonna make that easy for everyone. Even the pensioners, they are not longer to struggle to go to Banjul and receive their salaries. So Yonna make that easier and available to everyone. So definitely, we are very grateful for the work that you are rendering and the sacrifice that you are giving to this country. And Yonna, of course, providing all this service to make this country great, to make the people of this country great. So we thank everyone and the management of Yonna. Thank you so much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Earlier I said after his speech we can observe prayers, but we just have 2 more speeches to give. We can observe prayers at 2:30, so we can all do it collective. So you can bear with us. It's still within the Mr. Sarkodie, you understand what I mean? Yeah, it's still within. Huh? Otherwise, I could have prayed at 1:30, but we can do it together. All right? So we will do this quickly. Thank you very much, Dr. Fati, for those beautiful words. And of course, the pensioners are no more crying. They are no more tired. They can go get their funds through Yonna, and they don't have to go queue in Banjul, struggle under the hot sun just to get their funds. Okay? And hopefully in the near future, some of them that are bedridden, they don't even go to our branches. Fatu Suno and team, please give them a round of applause. They would go to their homes and pay them whilst they are on bed. So this is something that is commendable. And Yonna is definitely a force to reckon with. So we would now invite the technocrat, the technocrat who would turn to become a marketer today. He said when you invite a technocrat to come and sell his business, he would have no choice than to sell his business. But all he knows is action and deliver. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Mr. Ibu El Bitey, the Managing Director of Yonna Islamic Insurance. The insurance people, the noise should be louder than this. Where are you? Bambo? Ibulo kosi, no rela MDB baila. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Actually, I'll start my statement by expressing God who enabled us to witness this occasion, since last year. Today, my statement will have two dimensions, only two dimensions, short ones. First of all, I would like to thank my board members, Mr. Kanyi, and my Syrian board member, Dr. Fati, and Dr. Suwane. The reason why I'm doing this is because any good company you see operating, making results, must have a very good policy body. And those policies that we are operating, between which we are operating, are formed by those people, board members. So they therefore deserve all thanks and praises. Thank you, Mr. Kanyi, for the broad policy guidance that we operate within. And secondly, my praise will go to my staff, my able staff. They are the ones who did all the job. Me as managing director, I'm just here as a figurehead, directing things. But the actual job is done by them. So they deserve all the thanks and praises. Mr. Bambo Bayo, Bakar Fati, Walam Kanyi, and your team. Thank you very much. Last year, I stood at this very podium promising that Islamic Insurance will one day be the best company in the group. And I think I'm being vindicated. Mr. Kaji, at every parent normally pray that you have a child that surpasses you in the future. Am I not right? And I'm sort of say that your Islamic Insurance will be one of that child that you born. Mr. Barak. Last year, at this stock-taking AGM, I said that we scored our target, 70% of our target last year. And this year, I want to report that we surpassed our target this year. And it is a very rare feat in insurance field, insurance fraternity, for a new company, 2-year-old company, to be surpassing their targets. The reason I'm saying that is because I went to the market for a very long time, and I was involved in so many insurance companies, and I've seen how they grow. But the force and the vigor with which Islamic Insurance is going is just amazing. Touch wood. And all because of the ownership of the company and the good policy guidelines that we are receiving from my board members and my staff as well. So I want to thank all of them very much. And I want to admonish them to continue with the good work because they are the future of the company. They're really the future of the company. They are old people and very soon they face out. And I think they are doing a very good job. So, Mr. Kaji, the board members, thank you very much. Understand? Yes, my board chairman, yes. So for that matter, I would also like to thank all the Yonna group for their effort, because we are operating in a group, and in a group, all efforts matters. We have so many customers, so many clients through the referred lead in the group. So actually, I will also thank the group members for their cooperation, of their assistance. For that matter, I want to thank everybody, and we pray that next year we will do the same AGM with a different result. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, MD Bitey. So this year, they've surpassed their targets. That is a good report, and I'm sure the board is taking note. Hopefully, they will give you a bigger target, and next year, we also surpass that. Targets upon targets we shall surpass. Thank you very much. And Yonna Islamic Insurance, being 2 years in the market, has definitely made its mark. Today, the ferries that are running on the Banjul Bara are insured with the Yonna Islamic Insurance. If you go to the airport, Yonna Islamic Insurance. What can go wrong? You are 2 years and you're taking such portfolios. Definitely, it cannot just be done by any Tom, Dick, and Harry. It can only be masterminded by abled people who understand how things work. And that is what is really in Yonna Islamic Insurance. So to really amplify once again, thank you to the staff of Yonna Islamic Microfinance for giving the support that is needed. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now invite Yonna Islamic Microfinance's Managing Director, Mr. Yankuba Mambure. Louder. Louder. MD, your people are happy there.
I see that.
Eh?
I see that.
Munakeda?
Because we have
13 months?
surpassed
13 months?
we have surpassed
13
our
months?
performance. We have doubled
13
our
months?
performance.
MD?
Yes.
Nga 13 months kumbo janne. Thank you.
Thank you so much, MC. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Before I start, I just want to, what Dr. Sawane mentioned about Arabic students coming here and working into, let's say, financial institutions. He has shown you some of our staff, but aside from them, branch managers, Brikamaba branch, Bansam branch, I can even show them. Bubakar, where's Bubakar Drame? Bansam branch. He came from Arabic background. Like you, that's him. Basay branch, Sheikh Isa Sanyang, can you stand up? Arabic background, he's the branch manager. Okay, go to Farafenye branch. Where's Usman Mohammed? He's the branch manager for Farafenye branch. Aside from them, we even have female Arabic students. We have the Mariama Sonkos, Fatutianas, etc. So this is something that we have embraced because it came about as a result of the vision of our CEO, who also came from this background. And it's paying off. Wherever we go, we do not face impediments like language barriers, etc. We don't have those issues. So thank you for bringing that out, Doctor. Members of the board, distinguished invited guests, my fellow esteemed members of management, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, it is both an honor and responsibility for me to stand before you here today. End of year is not just a date on the calendar. End of year gives us the opportunity to pause and look behind to see how far we came. It also gives us the opportunity to pause and look ahead with clarity, with courage and conviction. I want to thank all of you from every area of our group, whether you are in the front office, whether you are in customer service, in finance, operations, risk, human resource, management level, leadership. I want to thank you all because without your efforts, we wouldn't have been here today. First, I want to briefly summarize my speech last year, and then some topics I want to address today. Last year, The theme of my speech was on 4 topics. I talk about who we are. Number 2, I talk about customer service. Number 3, I spoke about teamwork and synergy. And finally, I spoke about leadership at Yonna Group. This year, I want to talk about ownership and responsibility. Number 2, I want to talk about continuous learning and innovation. And number 3, I want to talk about the fact that for Yonna, our purpose is beyond profit. So my speech last year, who we are, I mentioned that it was easier a few years ago to define Yonna than today, because before we were just an enterprise and a foreign exchange bureau. Today, we have added another 4 entities to that. Yonna Islamic Microfinance, Yonna Islamic Insurance, Yonna Wallet, and Yonna Agribusiness. When I spoke about customer service, I did mention that without customers, we do not have a business. So for us, they are the foundation, they are the core. You may refer to your supervisor or your manager as your boss, but the real boss, who is your real boss? The customer. That Lamin, that Fatu, that Peter, that Mary, that comes and meets you. That's the boss. A few weeks ago, I was driving to work, and I was listening to Paradise FM, the King Kiliba show. A very fundamental statement came from one of the presenters, not sure whether it was Haruna Drame. He said, it is only in Gambia that you can walk into an establishment and the personnel of the establishment expect you to greet them. Let's listen to that. That is fundamental. It is in Gambia that you can walk into an establishment and the personnel of the establishment expect you to greet them. We must run away from that. In fact, there was another important statement made on that show. They said that is the case in the Gambia because the salaries and wages of the staff in this country are guaranteed. That means people don't go through assessment, as they would do in some other countries. You need a raise, whatever you are assessed, performance appraisal, and it's based on that you can get that raise. But here, you know that you'll be paid, so you don't care about the customer. But I want to repeat again, without the customer, we don't have a job. So as a result, we must endeavor to welcome them with smile, with dignity and respect. Accord them the respect that they deserve, because without them, we don't have a business. The third thing I spoke about last year was teamwork, what management scientists call esprit de corps. This is what is helping us at Yonna. We are different entities, one group with one vision. One vision, that's what we have. If you are a staff of the microfinance, a customer walks into your office and happens to be dealing, for example, in foodstuff, you should refer them to enterprise because they have foodstuff like rice, oil, sugar, etc. If you are a staff of enterprise and you happen to have a customer, you may refer them to open an account, but also to get the opportunity to get financing from the Islamic microfinance. If you are a staff of Yonna Islamic Microfinance and you happen to finance somebody with a motor vehicle, you can refer them to Yonna Islamic Insurance. If you are a staff of Yonna Foreign Exchange Bureau, somebody walks into your office to receive money, you can refer them to Yonna Islamic Microfinance to open an account. This is what is called teamwork, and this is what brings about synergy. Synergy is when 1 + 1 do not only give you 2, but it can give you 3, 4, or 5. The last thing I spoke about last year was leadership at Yonna, the unfettered access that our leadership gives to us. Anybody can walk into the CEO's office. I don't know if anybody is here that has ever experienced being stopped from seeing the CEO. or the chairman of the board of directors, or any of the managing directors of the entities, the unfettered access. But that is very important, and it's deliberate in Yonna, because it helps us to swiftly address issues with more accuracy and less errors. It also helps to bond us, to have that connection. It's very important. So today's speech, I want to talk about ownership and responsibility. Yonna belongs to us. Anything that belongs to you, you take care of it. It's very, very important. It is our company because this is where we earn our living. So it belongs to us. The processes, the equipment, the technology, the strategies, whatever, they are ours. If we do well, the end result is ours. If we do bad, if we fail, it's our result. So we should take ownership to the extent that if you see somebody doing something against the policy, you must address it. If you cannot resolve it, you should escalate it. That's ownership. It's very, very important. The second one I want to talk about is learning and innovation. In this world, we all know the only thing that is permanent and does not change is change itself. Change does not change. Change is permanent. It's going to happen all the time. Whether it has to do with technology, look at your phones. That's why you keep changing your phones. You remember those kind of phones that you, with the buttons and all that? Who has that now? Hardly you see. They are changing daily. That's why every year a new iPhone is coming out, etc. Change is happening. Whether it's technology, the processes, the policies, the regulations, they are changing. They are very dynamic. And the most dynamic is the human being, the customers that we deal with. They are very dynamic because they know what they want. They are aware. They have needs. Let us understand that some of our customers know our business more than us because some are former bankers. They know banking. Okay? So anything you do, they know it. So as a result, we must be ready to adapt to changes. If we don't, we'll have a problem. Okay? So the last thing I want to talk about is the fact that at Yonna, our purpose is beyond profit. Why did I say that? Our purpose is far beyond profit. Yes, do not mistake my statement. We can generate income because without income, we do not have salaries. Income generation is part of the business. We can make profits. That's how we sustain ourselves. But at Yonna, it's beyond that because we create jobs for lots of people in this country. We create entrepreneurs, be it fishmongers, be it carpenters, carpentry workshops, mechanic shops. For example, agribusiness, they are empowering farmers in the farming community, etc. So our purpose is not just profit. It's more than that. In conclusion, I want us to have a clear understanding of who we are, have a stronger commitment to customer service, and have a deeper appreciation of teamwork, a leadership culture that is built on access, on trust, and excellence, and a renewed sense of purpose and responsibility. So, as we step into the new year, let us embrace these values with conviction. Let us lead with integrity, serve with excellence, and innovate with courage and act with purpose. I'm confident that the best days of Yonna Group are not behind us, they are ahead. So thank you for your dedication, thank you for your belief, thank you for being part of the Yonna journey. Together we will grow, together we will lead, together we will succeed. Thank you all so very much, and may the coming year be one of progress, success for every one of us. Thank you very much.
The glorious days of Yonna are not behind us, they are ahead. These words are enough for us to arm ourselves in this year of 2026. The food soldiers, our supervisors, our tellers, our cashiers, our marketers, everybody is an ambassador of Yonna. He said there are people that you would deal with, they may understand the business more than you. But one thing is even interesting is some of them might in fact be Yonna, a partner in a level that you may not even understand. So we are not treating people based on, okay, I did not know he was a board member. I did not know he was a managing director. I did not know he was a staff. So if you knew he was a staff, you would be upright. If you knew he was not a staff, look on Nadef. That is not the attitude Mr. Mambure is talking about. We know you are better than that. We know you have been doing better than that. But because wosi bori nyau nyanding foya lafa. Complete, please. Foya lafa. Busola, what are the lafarol latin? If you have found one thing, change. If you are on it, keep it up. Let's ensure that our customers are at the center of everything that we do. Ladies and gentlemen, before we announce for break, would love to recognize the presence of Mr. Abbas Kinte, who is a family friend to the CEO of Yonna Group. Can we give him a round of applause? And thank you, sir, for being here with us. We would also recognize the presence of Team Kitabu, Kitabu Fati, Alhaji Kitabu Fati Haidara. Ye umra da malake de. Alama tambila wala. Alama hijo fanandale. So we would love to recognize your presence. Please, you can show yourselves. And then our very ambassador, Mr. Ablai Kitabu. Give him a round of applause. Ablai Yonna. You know, it's very interesting. When you go to communities, they will be asking you, Ablai le? You know, when I came in newly last year, there is one Abdullah in the business development team, Abdullah Riaz. Now he's in Pakistan. So when we went out, Arfam Bob called me and said, we are on this engagement, but please can you guys put Abdullah on the trip, Ablai on the trip so he can come and join us because everybody's asking. And I was like, Abdullah, Pakistan, the villages they're asking? I could not understand. I did not know it is not that Abdullah, but in fact it was Ablai Yonna that the communities were interested to see. So that goes to show how sometimes partnerships with excellent work and sacrifice and dedication can put you on the line. So Ablai, thank you very much for being a great ambassador of Yonna and by extension to the CEO of Team Kitabu. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It is now that time. We also have Mr. Kaira from Social Security and Housing Finance Corporation. Mr. Kaira, you are highly welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, join me to welcome him and give him a round of applause. Yeah, Mr. Job, I'll sit down Bundeje then just excuse the chair. Yeah. Mr. Kaira is a great accountant. I've heard of his days in Gambia Transport Service Company, never had the opportunity of working with him, but I'm sure he left his mark. And then I'm sure just this morning, Mr. Kanye, I think you were referring to Mr. Kaira when he was like, Social Security snatched my brains from me. People like Mr. Kaira are a gem, and everybody would want to have you on board. And thank you for being here with us and gracing this occasion. Once more, give it up for Mr. Kaira. Karang buka mo nenet foni market ni baba me karande lambajo nyol olmu problem ot bari karang o buka mo nene. So ladies and gentlemen, it is that time to have a break. We can observe prayers, and then hopefully we will check with the kitchen. Katumbi ka domolomu ka ming ka kacha. So we can have a break for now and come back in due course. Thank you very much and see you later.